at this moment, are you happy?
At the moment,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
happiness is very fragile, you know. Like we're sitting in front of this painting, right? Happiness brush makes happiness brush off on you, you know. And it's not available in stores. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But you know, every TV commercial tells you, well, if you use this product, you'll be happy. If you use this product, you'll get laid, so then you'll be happy. If you use this product, you'll get rich, so then you'll be happy. So, I don't know. Okay, the things that aren't happy, right? Fame isn't necessarily happiness, because look at all those famous people out there that are totally miserable, end up killing themselves.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain and, you know, Janis Joplin and all of these people end up killing themselves. Or somebody like Michael Jackson, who gets pursued by the press endlessly, and fame hasn't exactly, fame kind of destroyed him. I wouldn't call that happiness. You know, getting a facelift might make you happy for a few minutes, and yet, you know, it could also be a source of tremendous unhappiness, because underneath that little Michael Jackson that you saw with all the, you know, with his afro haircut and his, you know, Negro nose and everything when he was a little kid, he's got to be unhappy about what's happened now.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so.
and you think about Princess Di, she had all the fame, she had all the wealth, she had the power, and she certainly had the attention of everybody in the world there, and didn't make her happy. So, so we can eliminate fame, we can eliminate wealth. Sex, well, if you ain't getting enough, you're unhappy. If you're getting enough, you're happy for the moment, and it can bring a lot of unhappiness. And then when you lose it, you're unhappy. You know, if your wife leaves you, or if your girlfriend dies or something, you know, then you're unhappy.
Yeah.
So it's a big subject.
No doubt.
So
At the moment.
you know, I think having a career that is something that you enjoy doing, that feels meaningful, can make you happy. You know, working at a job that you hate certainly isn't going to make you happy.
No doubt.
And possessions. Shall we answer that? Okay. Good.
Haircut.
Yeah.
Hi, guy.
I'm in the middle of the interview.
I'm just gonna.
You're just going to go up and do your thing?
I'm gonna finish it off.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I noticed Kevin hasn't been around, has he?
No, because he's still got the, he can't.
But I can pretty well finish it
Yeah,
off.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just maybe half
Good.
hour's work.
We'll keep going with this interview here. Yeah. Possessions, right? You know, first you have a possession, and then it gets old and breaks down, and somebody steals it off you. So you can't rely on possessions. You can't rely on what you have to make you happy, right?
Right.
Friends. I feel rich with friends. But you can't even rely on friends, because friends can betray you, friends can move away, friends can join a religion and then suddenly see you as the devil. So, you know what I mean? It's like, so where can you get happiness?
Do you feel that it's definitely not a materialistic thing?
Oh yeah, I think if you're in yourself and you're honest to yourself and you're doing something you really enjoy, I think that certainly gives you an edge on being happy.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody can be happy all the time, because can't imagine Jesus was too happy when they were pounding nails through his hands.
Yeah.
You know, so even the greatest people have times when they're happy and times when they're not happy. So, you know, you can prop yourself up with a lot of things. You could be the richest person in the world. You could have all kinds of sexual partners. You could be famous all over the world, and you could own all kinds of properties. You know, you could have everything that basically you could possibly want and still be unhappy. In fact, maybe by having them, you could be even more unhappy.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever There used to be a street sweeper here in Cranbrook, this Italian guy with a great big handlebar mustache. That guy was so happy all the time. He was walking around sweeping up cigarette butts and picking up papers off the street, and he was happy and he was singing and he was enjoying his job. This guy, oh, then he died, and his replacement, the next guy that took over for him, he hated that job. It was belittling to him. He didn't want to be stooping to picking up people's cigarette butts off the street and picking up papers off the street. You could see it written all over him that he hated that job because he thought people were looking down on him because he was just a street cleaner. And the other guy, I tell you, he brightened up the whole street. Every time you went out and this guy was around, you just said, ah, gee, it's good to be alive. Because this guy enjoyed his job.
Yeah, no doubt.
So it's your attitude.
For sure.
I think it's definitely your attitude.
Well, what for you makes you happy? Is it just
Art,
art?
painting, pursuing my dreams. All of those things make me happy. You know, everybody thinks, well, if I had a little more fame or a little more money or a little more of whatever I want, I'd be happier. But not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Well, people a lot of the time I think aren't very people aren't very satisfied all the time. Like they always want more even when they get something.
I know.
So that brings, I think that is one of the main things that brings unhappiness.
Okay, let's say you got a starving man, right? And you feed him. He's going to be happy for a while till he gets stronger, and then he's going to want a house to live in. And then if he gets that house to live in, then he's going to want a car and a TV and a computer and be on the internet and oh man, you know, it never ends.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you talk to these yogis, they say that desire itself is the cause of unhappiness. That if you desire things, that's why you're unhappy. If you can enjoy everything in the moment, if you can live in the moment, if you're not attached to the past, which can be a source of a lot of unhappiness, past things that have happened, deaths and things like that. And if you're not thinking about the future and what's going to happen to you in the future, which, you know, if you think about your own death, that could make you unhappy. Or if you're thinking about wanting all these things and hoping to get them and maybe not getting them, that'll make you unhappy. So by being outside of yourself and expecting something else to fill you up with happiness, that's the quickest way to be unhappy.
Yeah.
But
No doubt.
by being in yourself, no matter where you are, like if you're the street sweeper or whatever, seems to be a better way to be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at one perspective where it was Suk, something like that, I'm not quite sure, S-U-K-H, and they were saying that anything material was able to change, therefore it had no, like, there was no point in putting any faith into it because it was able to change in that way. And just, like, thinking about that, but there's, you know, like, that doesn't work because so many people are satisfied by materialistic things. Like, our society, our culture is very, very materialistic.
Oh, you bet, you bet.
One of the most materialistic places that I know of. Well, I haven't been everywhere, but you know, and it just what do you think about if people look towards a more spiritual happiness? Is that more of a way of solving unhappiness?
Depends on what you call spiritual.
Well, emotional, spiritual, mental.
Because you know, if you think about religion, boy, I tell you, that could be a source of unhappiness because, you know, most religions are down on the body, they're down on sexuality, they're down on just about anything that's fun they're down on. At least the stuff I had crammed down my throat as a kid, it was like, if it's fun, it's a sin.